Hello, folks. Welcome back. Small again. So, what I want to actually do right now is I want to go ahead and make my server one as a domain controller. So, watch this. So, I'm going to go back to server one, local server. Let me just make sure I have the right network settings over here. I want to actually do it the right way, which means I want to go ahead and make sure DNS is configured properly. So, let me just take a look and see right over here. So, this looks fine. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead to manage, add roles and features, and I'm going to install DNS. Remember, this is the proper method. So here's DNS as you see, and install. So let me just put DNS and see how this works. And see how this actually works. All right, let's give it a moment. And then I'm going to create a zone. And then after that, I'll be installing Active Directory domain services. Then I'll promote the server to a domain controller. That's how we're going to be looking at things. So let's give this a moment and see how this actually works. And see the settings itself. All right. Remember, we did it the wrong way. This time, I want to do it the right way. That's how I'm going to be actually setting this up. So let's give this a moment and see how this actually works for us. Because I need to continue with the actual labs. All right. So look, I just want to make sure my suffix is good. Udemy.local. Good. Then I'm going to open DNS and create an actual zone. Right. So look at this zone next, primary next. And here I'm going to put Udemy.local and go next, next, allow for both, next, and finish. Now, this is a proper way. Then I go ahead and I install Active Directory domain services right over here and go next, 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 and install. And give this a moment and see how this actually works for us. And then I'll promote to ADC. So this is the proper method of doing so, let's say. Let's give it a moment and we should be able to continue because after this, I'm going to get into more details of Active Directory users and computers and so on. So that's what I'm going to be actually setting up in a moment. So let's give this a moment here. All right. Give this a few seconds and promote. All right. So we looked at this like a few times. As I mentioned, folks, the more you do this, the more you get adjusted to it. You can't just watch it. You have to have your hands on. You have to actually do it. All right. So that's the thing about IT. If you don't do it, it's like you think you know it, but no, you actually have to do it to actually understand it better. So let's see. And after this, I'll just do the promotion. So we can continue with the rest of our labs. There you go. Promote. Right. Now, look, I'm not going to get that error message, folks. You'll see that in a moment. Add the new forest, and I'm going to put Udemy.local and go next. Right. As you see, give this a moment. So, look, DCS. That's what I want. I'm going to put a password and confirm the password and go next. It looks like I did not confirm it right. Let me try this again and put the password again over here and see how this actually works. There we go. All right. And go next. See, now I'm not going to have that error that I had before about the way DNS is actually configured. So this is the proper method of doing so. Let's give it a moment and I'll go next. And I'll go next and get into the details of it, right? next, and finish. Let's give it a moment and install and see how this actually works for us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, folks, and we will continue with this later just to make sure that my domain controller is actually up and running. So we'll see you guys soon. Okay. Okay, it's all back. It took a few minutes. So everything looks normal right now. Let me just go ahead and log on and see how this actually works for us. So let's take a look. So I should have Active Directory, which means I could actually use this for a future lab right now. Let me just make sure I could actually open Active Directory users and computers. Let me just go back and we'll be continuing on with a future section and using this actual server. Let's see. All right. So this looks good, as you see. All right. So this is actually fine. All right. So we're going to actually pause for now and we're going to continue and come back for a new section. All right, folks. We'll see you guys soon. All right, everybody. Bye.